This episode is brought to you by Lone Wolf Paintball. They are an amazing online supplier and have been around since the beginning of the game as Michigan's premier paintball field and paintball supplier since 1987. They are rapidly expanding into the online retail space and supplying everything you need to be the best paintball player you can be. They have got it all. Head over to lonewolfpaintball.com and shop all of your favorite brands. And they also boast amazing customer service and will have this out to you with same-day shipping, which is amazing. It's always nice to know that your stuff is on its way immediately so you can start to use it that very next weekend of play. Check out their YouTube, Lone Wolf Paintball, and their Instagram at Lone Wolf PB, and stay up to date with all of their deals and sales. Play the Game podcast is immensely honored to have them on board, and we cannot wait for you guys to check out lonewolfpaintball.com and become a part of their community. Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for the tremendous support with the PTG show. If you are enjoying these episodes and want to help with the progress and development of this program and connect with like-minded, hungry paintball players, then head on over to ptgpodcast.com, click the orange Patreon link, and become a member of the PTG World Discord chat room. And now back to the show. This episode of PTG is brought to you by HK Army. HK is an industry leader in high-quality paintball gear, accessories, and lifestyle apparel that was founded in 2007. And we have a tremendous opportunity for you all to be geared up on every level with HK Army custom team gear. Whether you're on the paintball field or in the airsoft arena, take your game to the next level by using code PTG to get 50% off your custom gear design fee. And I don't think y'all heard me out there. That is 50% off, and you will be able to collaborate with a seasoned designer to create custom branded HK Army jerseys, long sleeves, t-shirts, pants, gloves, or headbands for your team with no minimum order quantity. Head on over to hkarmy.com/custom and use code PTG for 50% off on your team's custom gear design fee right now. Let's go. Thank you, HK Army, for everything you do in paintball, in airsoft, and in so many people's lives. We love you. Go check them out.
All right, PTG Nation, thank you guys so much for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, we are so thankful for your support, for your viewership, and we want to bring you the best content of all time. This episode is incredible. We have Thomas Taylor on, who just made the huge move from Infamous. We talk about all sorts of off-season news and rumors, things that have been going on. Lots is happening. J-Rab, departed from Diesel. That's big news. Looks like there's going to be a big shakeup in the Ironman camp, Revo possibly. So, having Thomas on to kind of discuss some of these moves and his own move to NYX, one of the younger upcoming teams, an episode you absolutely do not want to miss. So, without further ado, we're going to hop in the show.
That was an insane inside move by Marcelo Margot. Great communication.
And the crowd starts chanting Harmon.
Great shot by all the guys. So Tyler Harmon saved that game.
He came out with 2 wins. Marcelo Margot was on fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the biggest news of the offseason so far. We got Thomas Taylor, formerly of Infamous, going to New York Extreme.
Damn.
What in the hell, bro? What's going on? Talk to us. This is wild. Absolutely wild.
Wait, what happened? What?
New York, baby.
Oh, I heard you went to New York Extreme. Was that fake news?
Oh, no, it's real news. It's real news. I just figured that's
oh, damn, dude. Thomas put out fake news just to get back on PTG. He's
wild.
Back. He's back.
Listen, baby. Sometimes you got to pull all the strings, boy. You know what I'm saying?
All the strings, dog. All you got to do is ask.
Listen, ain't my first rodeo. I know how to get on a couple podcasts, get some airtime. You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
One of the original stars of paintball in general. I mean, let's be honest here. And Thomas, you making that move to New York really is tremendous. It bolsters the New York roster, and is going to be a huge addition to the squad over there.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I think I can bring a lot to the squad on and off the field. They got a hungry squad. I mean, they're doing a lot of work. They're fine tuning. They got a great structure in the background. I mean, they're putting in the work on and off the field. And, just having a little bit veteran presence, having someone there that's, won a few events over the years, since, well, I don't know, back when we were slingshotting paintballs, I feel like I might be able to bring a little something to him. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%, man. That's exactly what I was saying on our previous show. Actually, was that's exactly what you're going to bring to that team is just championship pedigree, experience off the field. Obviously, you can still contribute at a high level on the field, but to me, the biggest thing is going to be like how you spend time with them in the meetings, in between matches, in between, especially on Sunday, how you spend that time in between matches, and just like that type of confidence and pedigree goes such a long way. And you're going to bring that veteran presence that's literally like the only thing that team is missing,
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel the same way, man. I feel like, I mean, we'll get into it, it's hard leaving Infamous, but, I feel like that, it's a really good fit for me. And, I feel like they got the right attitude. They got the right mentality. Anybody that can stand Rich for any amount of time has the right mentality to win events. Let's just be real about it.
That's facts.
So I mean, it's facts. It's true facts, right? That's not hate. That's all love, baby. Because I love that guy. Yeah. So I'm excited, man. Like, it's I've been doing it with Infamous year after year and rebuilds and whatever and building people up. I always like to shout out my boy Jonah because I just watched him come along and just been speaking truths to him for so long now, and you're just watching what he's coming into. So I get a chance to do that with some other guys that are right there on that cusp, and that train's moving. So I'm not coming to like shift the direction of the train or anything. I'm just gonna give it a little boost. That's all.
Yeah, and I love what you said about Rich because he is just such a pioneer of mentality and greatness. The guy has a different outlook than most in regards to how to get things done and in regards to what it takes to achieve what we're talking about, right? And being real about it, being extremely real about it and straight up front. And I think that that because you played with Excessive, you've been with Rich, you lived with Rich for
Right.
a moment there when I remember, dude, I still remember to this day seeing you at Modesto for the very first time. They're like, yeah, that's Thomas Taylor, Cartel. He's going to be trying out for Excessive. And I was right there through the whole thing. So it's cool to watch, that beginning and then to see the brand that you've built for yourself over the years. And then being such a solidified figure in the game to now join with New York, who is also one of my favorite camps in the league. Absolutely love the way that they work and the way that they approach the game. So it's going to be really entertaining, to say the least, to see you out there. Hopefully, no Mohawk yet, right? We're gonna save that.
Oh, no. We're not Mohawking it yet. Listen. I got plans. I plan on playing for at least 2 more years. That's my thing. I want to go to 45. I want to get that'd be 24 years of pro. I'd like to go 25 years pro. So we'll see. I mean, I have all these. You get close to one milestone, then you got to hit another milestone. You got to hit another milestone. Right? You just keep rocking them. I mean, my ultimate goal is to play with Keith in pro. Right? So he's coming up. Wow. He's doing his thing. Back-to-back world champ. Best kids in the world. Hands down, and they just keep proving it. Doesn't matter who they stack in front of them. They beat them up. So. I actually got to talk to Marcelo about that a little bit ago, So
absolutely,
I'm proud of him and the work he's putting in. I mean, he's on the grind. I mean, and all my kids have been coaching are on the grind, but like some kids taking some time off. Keith ain't taking time off. He's out there every weekend. He's working now. He's working at the field so he can make some more money, put more time into paintball.
I love that.
Combine coming up here soon. We're gonna be out there in Texas. I mean, the boy's working, so I got new motivation, bro. I got a whole new set of motivation. Like my motivation just isn't about me anymore. It's about watching him on his journey and helping him along his way. And someday we could step on the field together, boy. Whew.
Yeah.
Boy, my hairs are standing up just talking about it. You know what I mean? Like this, I mean, he's got to earn it, but he's putting in the work, and that's what you got to do. That's a first step, right? He got the pedigree, he got the brain for the game. Now it's just getting his body there and getting his his skills up, right? But he's putting in it. So
he's got a good mentor.
I would hope so. Yeah, I'm teaching him well, So, but even he looks up to a lot of guys. He puts a lot of study in. He puts a lot of work in. He watches a lot of film. He watches people that play his positions. He thinks it through, right? He's not just, he's not just a weekend warrior. I mean, the kids clocking in all the time. So
that's right.
But yeah, this move came up pretty quick. I'm sure we want to get into that, like, how it all went down and everything. I'm not going to get too crazy into all the details, but really, I I'm starting a new job, so I don't get as much time off anymore. Even if I didn't, that 10-day thing with Infamous last year was too much. I mean, I was having to take 8 days off of work and be gone 10 or 11 days. And Tiff's working a full-time job now. We're 30 hours a week just because, life's expensive. It's hard to get by. And, all of our kids are in school, and it's really not fair for me to be gone like 10 days for my family. So I couldn't make that commitment anymore to Infamous, right? They're going back to that this year. And I just, even if I wasn't getting a new job, I couldn't make that commitment. It's not a commitment I'm willing to make. Paintball is my passion. It's my love. It's what I am. It's who we are. It's who my family is. But, God, family, paintball, I keep it in that order, and I always will. And, I can't sacrifice either of the other two to just play paintball. Right. So, I gotta keep it real for my family. I gotta keep it right. And so, I'm just making some life changes, man. Starting a new job. I'm going to be working, outside the paintball industry. It was crazy. I haven't done that in 25 years, and,
what's the new job?
I'm working for this company that my wife already works for him. The guy that one of the teams I coach, Tyler, he owns a company called Lumi. You guys have probably heard of it.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Joe's a sales rep for him. Yeah. So, I'm going in there. They're blowing up and they're doing big things. So I'm just coming in to be a product manager, manage people, manage production, manage shipping. So they need someone that, has experience doing stuff like that, which is, I've been managing fields and parks and running my own businesses. So it'll be weird just, clocking in a 9 to 5, working 40 hours a week. I don't even know what that's like. I've been working 60, 70 hours a week for longer than I can remember. So, but, Tiff wants some family time. She wants to be able to hang out on the weekends. I want to be able to do stuff. The kids want to play soccer. There's just things that are going on, and I love paintball, and I'm always going to be paintball, and I'm still going to be, working with the owner of the field. I'm trying to make sure that I can run his events and do stuff like that, focus on that part of paintball. But, I got to be able to put some time into my family. They're all getting big. Right? London just turned 6 yesterday. We had a crazy birthday party. Like, these things are going quick, dude. Thank you. I was telling Travis this on Monday. Like, I was like, Travis, you realize when I got on your team, London wasn't even a thought yet.
Dang, that's crazy. How long? How many years?
Whoa.
7.
7.
Yeah. Apparently I got an Infamous and instantly knocked Tiff up. It was like, bam, let's go, baby.
There's another. Hey, you know what? You got a beautiful family, and you have the best support from all the way around. Tiffany, it has a heart of gold, and you have the best family. So that is the ultimate blessing in life right there.
Appreciate that, So, but yeah, I'm just making some life changes, man. It's just like I said, I'm not going anywhere, and paintball's not going anywhere. I mean, it's still going to be a focal point in our family. But New York is going to help facilitate that, right? Bo was real cool about the times I can come in and come out, and if I got a red eye in or if I got to do stuff, to make it work with my job and my family, he was cool with that. Not doing the 10-day thing, doing a 3-day practice that I can manage, maybe coming late Wednesdays or sometimes early Thursday mornings, depending on how much time I can get off work. So obviously I have a new job, and it's not a paintball job. So you can't just be like, oh, well, I'm gone. I gotta, clock in, and I want to be there. I want to, make sure that they know that that's my priority. And, cause that's what's really taking care of my family. At the end of the day, we all know paintball don't really take care of our families. I mean, it does us all right. We all do well, but I got 6 mouths to feed, and not even a mouse contract can feed that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not today. Not today.
Not
maybe,
today's world.
Maybe 2 years ago. Not today.
Right? No, it doesn't exist, dude. Life is crazy right now. Crazy. I'm telling you, Tiff's working, I'm working, we all doing our part. Keith's starting to work. Like, it's where it's at. So, but yeah, I mean, really, what it comes down to is, listen, there's no hard feelings, I think, from anybody, me on Infamous. There's some hurt feelings. There's some, I wish we could have. I want to, unfortunately, Travis and I didn't really get to talk before I made the move. We had talked a little bit a couple weeks ago. We didn't get to finish the conversation about, I'm not going to be able to do it. And then just, this just came up. I've been reaching out to, I like to reach out to the old school guys. Rich, is always one of my guys, I lean into, when I just need to talk about life and stuff like that. Mike Kidman, I got some dudes I just like to, they'll just keep it real. I mean, they don't ever lie to me, right? They don't lie to me. Like, and one day I'm going to call them up and I'm going to ask questions, be like, hey man, you're old and slow. It's time to hang it up. And I'll be like, all right, cool. You got it. Luckily neither of them said that this year. Thank God,
No, you still got it.
No, appreciate that.
You might be old, but you're not slow.
Yeah.
Or you might be slow,
Truth.
but you're not old. I don't know. It's one of the two.
Nah, I'm old. I ain't slow. I can put those kids out there. I'll race them right now. I'll show you who's slow, boy. These 43-year-old legs still got wheels. Oh, shoot. I mean, okay, they hit the 22-year-old 4.3 leg, but I probably still run a 4.8, 4.9. Let's go. Get out there.
Bro, you never ran a 4.3. Stop it.
No, I was close. Yeah, it was like a 4.36.
You're close as like a 4.52.
No, I was, dude. I was fast. I was real world speed. I was.
You were always fast for sure.
100%. Yeah. I was always real world speed. Yeah. Maybe the guy clocking it was wrong. I don't know. I was quick, boy. I'm just telling you.
Fast,
I mean, like in high school, like, dude. Yeah, I mean, I could rip it. And I used to be, like miles and like
4.3
about 5'10". Yeah, I would quit. Well, I was
That's
also a lot lighter back then,
bro.
I was like a lot. I was tiny, dude. I was tinier though. You know.
Yeah. You know what's slow though is how long it took you to send me that trade. You still never sent it.
Listen. You didn't want it because it would have cost you a game, bro. I saved you. I
was fine though. I was fine. I was making it in to the playoffs. I was good.
Dude. But see, if you would have played him in the playoffs, you would be like me, watching from the outside.
Oh, you're right.
Guess what he didn't do? Play football at all. Fat nugget, 0. Look at Wes.
Wait, hold on. Did you get knocked out this week?
Yes, because Tyreek got 0 and James Cook went off for 36. 36. James Cook, which I know, because then you would have got knocked out. I could be still playing. Clearly, you won. That's what I'm saying. You're crying about winning right now, bro.
I am. I know. Well, this is news for everybody here. I'm furious that I had such a great season in the PTG league, but I lost to Mouse in the playoffs. Now, here's what's bullshit. Excuse my French. Excuse my language.
There we go.
Oh, wait, I need to pause you real quick. No pause. Where was my invite for the PTG league?
You want in next?
You need to be in the Discord.
All right.
I am in the Discord.
Oh, of course you are. Yeah.
Well, why were you never?
Then you're not active.
What the hell?
You're not active.
Well, I'm active enough. I never see Mouse post anything.
Yeah, dude. we regret extending the invite to him.
Yeah. At least I'm semi-active.
I love. No, you don't post anything ever.
He's been in there.
Let's go back. It's been like a month, but I was in there.
Mouse posts a little something. But all right. Anyway, what's ridiculous is we talked about this last year because we have 2 divisions in our fantasy football league, right? And I remember last year, the person that was in 6th overall place didn't make the playoffs because they were 4th in their division, but they were the 6th overall seed. But since it was split up into, I was like, no, that's BS. Like, I get we want to do the dynasty division and the heat division, but it should still be based on your seeding. That should be how the playoffs go. So this year I was 10-4 and someone else was, Ty, it was actually you that I think got the spot.
Yes,
and Ty was 9-9 no. So I was 10-3, Ty. No, I was 10-4, Ty's 9-5, whatever it is. I was one spot ahead.
Fair.
But he got the first round bye. I shouldn't have even been playing
I think it was
this
because
week.
of how many points I had got.
No, no, because we weren't tied. Like I had a better record. So it has nothing to do with the points. I had a better win-loss record.
I know I was dunking in the points, though. My points were strong.
Yeah, but that's only if we were tied. It's only if we were tied. If we were both 10-4, then the points matter. But since I had a whole win ahead of you, so I was, and the ranking showed I was literally ranked number 2. But since I was number 2,
you're number 2 in your division.
Yes. So I didn't get the bye, which is crazy. It makes no sense. And then
you got to win your division, dog. Win your division. I won my division. All right.
You got put in the weak division. See, it brings luck into it.
Division.
It puts luck into it. And then here's the worst part. I finally played OBJ. He's been on my bench. He's averaged like 14 games. Motherfucker, he gets 2 points. Guess who I had on my bench, Thomas?
Probably I think you said Palmer, right?
Oh, I told you guys. I had Palmer and Addison.
Oh, I didn't know about the Addison. How much Addison score?
29. He had more than
Palmer.
Yeah,
see, you wouldn't have played Palmer because he just came off IR, but you might have played Addison.
I played Addison all year. And then it had this weird thing with quarterback. I was like, no, I'm going to give OBJ a chance. He's on fire right now. and I lost by 7. I lost by 7 points. I'm like devastated.
Oh,
Of all people, it's the mouse too. I'm like, bro. He texted. First of all, he called me Sunday night. I'm watching the game with my girl on the couch, and I see I'm fuming about losing him in fantasy, and I see him call me, and I'm like, I'm fucking answering this right now. I know why you're calling me, So I hang up, and then he sends a screenshot. He's like, ha 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 ha. I'm like, bro. I'm gonna kill you. And then Monday night, I had like a slim chance. Monday night, we were tied up. I had DeAndre Swift, he had Ty Lockett, and Devontae Smith left to play. So unlikely I was gonna win.
Right.
Oh man, I lost by 6. I was furious. I was just so mad. All people.
Well, go take home the other one. Bring home that fat check, and then
it would be fitting for me to win the NXL Fantasy Football League.
Yeah, that would be good because I was just happy I finally made it into the playoffs. That is my worst league every year, and this year I was crushing it.
I know.
I don't know why I'm so bad in that league. I just
Well, you should have made the trade. You would have been good.
Yeah, honest, because then
I told you all year, bro. I told you all year. I told you it was a good trade for you.
Well, would have been in the playoffs, not the rest of the year though. I might not have made it if I had the trade. See, that's the problem.
Marcelo's so slick with this whole fantasy football thing, man. I swear I see it all day long.
Slick.
Bro, he'd be working everybody. He'd be talking to me. I'd turn around. He'd be like, yo, so Tim, I got this trade. It's so good for you. So good. Tim's like, nah. He's like, so Corey, guess what?
Hold on.
I
This is
totally
at
make your
World
team
Cup
better.
during the games. This is like we were in the pit. We were literally in the pit. And I'm talking to Tim. I'm like, Tim, hey, I know you're playing right now. But there's another point until you're up. So hold on a second. Let me tell you about this trade.
This guy.
Hey, look, you gotta play the game, bro. It's all about the GM life, man. You gotta play.
Dude, it is super fun. I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We digressed though. I don't even know where we were at before we got onto fantasy football.
So we were talking about, New York, everything. I want to dive into being reunited with Rich Telford. That's huge.
Let's do it. Let's rip it.
Talk about what that's like for you heading into New York.
Honestly, it is huge. It is really, truly, truly huge. Most likely I'll have started my career with Infamous not with Infamous, with Rich, and then I will have finished my career with Rich, so, me, I don't bounce around a lot. So, if I go to a team and I'm happy and, it makes sense for my family, I generally don't really go anywhere, So, it's going to be different this time around though, because, in the beginning, he was the guy that, shot the living piss out of me and made me good at the things I thought I was good at. And it was really, really, really productive. But then, young kid, fame, your head blows up and you stop listening to your coach, right? Because you're like, oh, I've made it, I got it, I can do this, And so you stop listening, and I lived with them and we were friends, and so you're just there was a lot of butting heads, and not no disrespect, but you just you think you've got it, you've made it, right? But that was a few years ago, and I've come to a place where, and probably started 7-8 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. My second year of Heat, where like I switched that mentality of like, it's not about how good I am or what I did or how great that point was. Like, I just want to continue to learn and evolve, right? Which I think has kept me relevant in the game over all these years, right? So, as much as I love playing and doing my thing, I'm just really a student of the game, and having Rich being able to just be real with me, because he's not like, a lot of coaches I've played for are just coaching the game, right? Like they're coaching the game.
They're not developing.
This is what you need to do. They don't develop players, right? Yeah. Most coaches, and I won't say most coaches, but a lot of coaches are there to just simply try to control the outcome of the game the best way they can, whether it's, scouting or their players, putting people in the best position, calls, running the clock, managing. They have all those other jobs. But he is a player developer, right? And he's always looking at that aspect of the game, right? He's going to have great insight on what's going to win and what's not going to win, and how to win games. And, he's really, really smart brain in the paintball, and he gets to watch every single game. So with Maddie, so truly he sees every single point. So he understands what's winning is not winning. So he stayed very relevant in the game. It's not like he's fallen behind. Like, many people have. They go away and they come back, and you got that old coaching style, and you're like, oh yeah, paintball's not played like that anymore, bro. like we've moved on. It's
like Oliver came back, and we were in Philly, I think, and he was in the snake, and like a trade happened, but the other guy got a penalty. Oliver shot him first, And then Oliver is yelling at the ref. He's like, no, I stay in. He got a penalty. It's like, oh, that's not how it works anymore, dude. Like, you're both out. He got a penalty, but you're both out. And Oliver's like,
yeah, but he takes his friends. It's good. It's good. Yeah, like, no, it's a good thing. They're going to take his friends. Actually, you leaving is a good thing for us. They're going to take 2 more. Like, follow him.
I know. It was like, that was a funny moment from the OG.
Yeah, he was
because the game does change.
Dog,
he's like, wipe me off. What do you mean? It's a penalty. Why am I out? I'm like, well, that's the rules now. It was so. It was like he was like still in Huntington Beach, you know.
Yeah, doesn't count.
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah, so I'm excited to just continue to learn from him and critique and grow from the game, right? You know, so just it's gonna be just a a different relationship than it was when I left the team, right? You know, so it'll be good, and I'm in the right mind space, and and I think he has calmed down a little bit, from what I've seen. We went and practiced some New York last year, maybe it was Chicago or something. I can't remember. Philly, maybe. I don't know. One of those events. It doesn't make a difference. But he, I watched him coach, and I watched him be a part of it. And him and Dan have a great like tandem and what they do, and they pull each other together, and they have conversations. So I'm really excited for it, to be honest with you, because they're coaching the game, and they're mentoring and coaching the players, and trying to get the best out of the players and teach the players all at the same time, right? So it's pretty cool, like that aspect of it. I already got set like a binder and how you got to do things, and the structure of the practices. I'm like, whoa, all right, let's ride. Okay, so when this thing's laid out, I got a full day ahead of me. Let's go. So I'm really excited about it, and like I said, just playing so many years doing this to be able to think that I, just not even planned out, not even talked about, never even brought up. We've literally never had a conversation about me playing under him again since I've left. It's literally never come up. And has it been 10 years, 9 years? I mean, like, since I played on the team, we've never had that conversation. So for it just to organically happen, and then just happen so quick, and I was like, I was kind of meant to be, huh? All right, let's ride. Let's do this. Let's go. So I'm real excited for it, man. I'm real excited for it. Like, I like that he's going to dig into me and continue to make me a better paintball player.
Yeah, he's one of the best in the world at cultivating paintball talent. That's for dang sure, man. He's been doing it for a long time. And Patty Rice in the PTG Discord has a pretty funny question. Thomas, can you take Rich in a fight? And how many practices with NYX till we find out?
No one should ever try to fight Rich. He will kill you. He could hobble over, bent over with a broken back, and still with one swipe of a leg or a hand, you will be lucky to win through it. So,
wow.
Okay, I got a quick story, so you understand how I look like I'm lagging.
We got a little bit of lag going on.
Better.
Sounds like a drummer. I think you're back.
Yep. Kinda.
Dude, Rich Telford stories are the best.
There we go. Much better, brother.
And growing up in Modesto, I heard my fair share of Rich Telford stories, and the dude is an animal. So, yeah, like Thomas said, don't ever. Telford all the way. Thomas is having technical difficulties at the moment, it looks like. But we'll get him back in here in just a second. And once again, as always, thank you to everybody who sounds off in the PTG Discord. It's actually free to hop in there if you want to check it out by going to our website. And you can check it out for 7 days and see all the action that goes on in the Discord. We got tons of channels in there. And I can't wait to pick Thomas's brain about the other shakeups that have been going on as well. Got some big moves happening in the industry. What do you got, Marsh?
Well, I'm just trying to message Thomas since we can't hear him, but I think he should leave and come back in. If he could hear us, exit and come back in.
Or the phone call. The phone calls are...
Or we'll do the phone call. The phone call will save
and
all.
And he can just run the video and we can do the call.
Oh, that's true. Then he left. All right. Yeah, no, you're right, Taya. We'll do that if he if he comes back in.
Yeah. or we'll just tell them run the video and then the old phone call. We can get the audio through there. Infamous for 2024. That's obviously, a huge loss for the team. So I kind of want to pick his brain on that as well and see what he has to say. I'm sure they're going to be hungry to be picking up a player, moving into the season. So we'll see how that develops. Or, they have a really talented team and just stick with the family that they have and try to cultivate the talent and, get the job done. They've got a really deep roster of players that are extremely talented. And obviously not having Thomas with them is going to not be what they want, but they can definitely, field the team that is going to be highly effective out there still with the players that they have.
Yeah, totally agree. T. All right, we got him.
Yo,
back?
All right, we're back.
All right, there we go. We're live. We're live. We're good.
So Thomas, while you were gone, I was just talking with Marcelo about, there's a lot of big moves that have happened as of recently, you being one of them. Infamous is going to have to, obviously, how are we doing? He looks good. Yeah. All right. Infamous is obviously going to have to make a decision of whether they bolster the team by getting an addition or, cultivate from within. And I was saying the talent that they have everything that they need already to get the job done. So I'm curious to see, if they're going to be making any moves as well on their end.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to be picking anyone up. I know that there was conversations about picking someone up in the offseason, but really it would just be like the right fit because what position and people on the team already. So, but I mean,
timeout. Thomas, timeout, brother. Timeout. I'm going to call you. Answer your phone.
Is that better?
Yes. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to mute you on. There we go. We got you. So now we have your video here and you're on the phone. This is going to be perfect. This is much better.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
We're clutching.
Perfect.
Clutching right now, baby. There we go.
There we go. We got you.
Perfect. All right. I'll switch my audio over to here. Yeah, I don't know that necessarily who they're going to pick up or, but I don't know that they really need to. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I guess the one thing they could be hurting on is a true two on the snake side, or if Jonah or Zach can't make events, who's a rotator, right? Who's that extra body? So they'll see. I'm assuming if they pick someone up, it will be a snake person.
Did you hear about
that? Would
yeah. There, I know a true two on the snake side that's available.
Yeah. J-Rab, I don't know if you've heard about this. J-Rab is.
I just heard about it.
Yeah, no longer with AC Diesel. So it'll be very interesting as we move into the next week or so, or a couple of weeks, who knows, to see exactly what he's going to be doing on the market, because he won't stay on there for long. He's one of the best paintball players in the world.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, right? Because I know he was dealing with that knee thing, and did he get that fixed and taken care of? And he usually demands a certain amount of money, and are people going to be willing to pay it? Not that he's not worth it, but I know a lot of teams are cutting back on funds, right? So we will see. Because
I don't know.
Match, right?
I don't know if he ever got surgery done, because I know that was something that was floating around, but I'm not sure if that ever happened or not.
Yeah, and it sounded like it was just cleaning up the meniscus. So if he did it right after the cup, he'd be good to go. You know what I mean?
I heard no, it wasn't. It was he had like the C cup tear through the middle, so it's supposed to be stitched together. It's not cleaning it up, which is that's like a 6-month process. But I also, when I see him play at cup, I'm like, there's no way that's the tear you have, But I'm not his doctor. I mean, he was visibly in pain. He was visibly playing through pain and issues. But I don't know what surgery he's going to have, or if he's going to have one. Seems like he needs one. But man, I mean, J-Rab is definitely one of the best players of all time, you know, so if you could secure him on a roster, you know, I don't know why teams wouldn't be. And I will say this, I remember in 2011, I had hurt my knee with Infamous and was kind of told that I didn't really have a spot and I had to come back and earn it. And I was really taken back by that. And it forced me to go in another direction because I recovered and was better than ever before. And that was the year that I went and played with Russian Legion. I had the best season of my career up to that point. And it was, you know, don't count someone out because of a knee injury. I mean, if J-Rab puts in the work and, you know, recovers, like, it's not a big deal, you know, and you want that person on your team with that again, we talk about championship pedigree and what somebody can bring to a team. I mean, you know, he's got those things. It's like, the Diesel thing got a worse rap than I think it deserved. Everyone loved to hate on Diesel's performances, but if you truly look at it, really, it was their first event was bad, 1-3, right? Then, or was it Texas that was 1-3?
The first two events were 1-3.
Well, okay, the first two events. Okay, took a little while. Then Philly, they go on a run and they lose a 1 point.
3-1.
Yeah, and they go, you know, they lose a 1 point game to Houston Heat, who's been one of the top 4 teams all season. And then J-Rab gets hurt, so he didn't play Chicago. So Diesel then again misses Sunday. And honestly, if Mouse didn't get hurt with that snake, I feel like they would have made Sunday. You know, so they didn't because Mouse got hurt. And then World Cup, kind of crazy. J-Rab's like limping around out there, but they had so many moments of like brilliance. You know, I'm like, fuck. Yeah. I think everybody is probably happy that the team doesn't stay together. I think it would be a lie for you know, other pro players to be like, yeah, we weren't worried about them. It always felt like it was going to click, and it felt like it was pretty close. And I feel like they got a worse rap, you know, than I don't know. That's tough because they're also getting paid top dollar, so they should perform. You know, you should be able to bring that team to a certain level. But it was like I felt like they were close, and outside of the injury, like they had just such a tumultuous, so much turmoil throughout the season. 4 different coaches, 3 different coaches. You know, like that's a tough, there's no stability. It's a tough thing to go through. Like, I don't think the players necessarily were the issue, but maybe they were. Maybe something wasn't vibing. You know, maybe the culture wasn't good because of the players. That's a thing too.
I mean, it's really hard to say, but you know, we all know how it is. You go demand a high dollar, you're expecting to be high performance. You're going to get criticized more. Totally. Your team's going to get criticized more, and you can't, you know, with a straight face telling me that the, you know, highest paid or second highest paid team in the world should go 1-3 the first 2 events. Yes, they picked it up, but like that's you know, that's rough. And you know, and I know I'm not saying, I mean, those players took that hard. Obviously, they're great players, they're great competitors. I love playing against them. I want them on the field. Like, that brings the best out of all of us. Absolutely, right? But you know, I mean, if you're going to demand it, you just got to perform. That's all there is to it.
You're not wrong.
I mean, that's my mentality. If I'm going to come to you and be like, yo, bro, I need 50 G's to come play paintball, I'm telling you right then, like, you're going to get 99% out of me. You know, I'm going to come on the field. We're going to win more points than we're going to lose. And that's guaranteed. It has to be guaranteed, right? And if it's not, then, you know, why the world's blowing up, why they get such a bad rap. Is it worth the money, right? Because, you know, we all know what's being said out there. Oh, well, you know, Awesome Notorious made Sunday 1. You know, I mean, that's, when you start stacking it up, you're like, oh, those guys are paying to be there, right? So you're like, how can you justify it, right? So, and this isn't a knock on J-Rab or Mouse or Spica or Jesse, or I can go on Clinton. I mean, the list of players is crazy. You're like, how are all these good players on one team when they're not before me? So,
100%.
You know, I'd have to say players need to take a lot of ownership, and then you need the right coach to manhandle that many dominant personalities. So I'd say it's a twofer.
Well, culture is, like we talk about it all the time on PTG, is just as important as anything, you know, and if that for some reason isn't clicking, then you could have things that just don't go your way, unfortunately. So that has to be at the forefront, you know, no matter what the organization. And all those players on the team are rock stars. They can all play top level paintball. Sometimes things just don't click. I don't know, you know, what the magic remedy is, but yeah, that could be playing into a factor as well. And I don't know. I think that we'll probably see some more shakeups here in the next week or two, you know, with movements from here and there. I don't think that these moves are done quite yet. I think there's still some stuff brewing here.
It's that time of year when once moves start happening, everybody gets antsy. If they were thinking about it, they start doing it. It's like, oh, we're going to miss out, right? So if the balls are rolling now, right? Like there's little balls dropped, and then now it's like, oh, wait, if that can happen, then this can happen. Yeah, that can happen. This can happen, right? Like, I mean, come on. No one in the world ever saw me leaving Infamous, right? So that just, people start thinking, oh, well, if that can happen, then what else can happen?
Mm-hmm. Well, even
right?
yeah, absolutely. Mikey going to Impact opened up a chamber, and then it kind of makes them go, okay, well, we're going to look for someone here, and then boom, it opens a chamber, and then it opens. And then once these chambers all start opening, it's like, it's kind of like madness.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. Speaking of that, I mean, maybe Impact gets over their being mad at J-Rab and slides him in there behind Mikey, and that's a powerful combination.
Yeah. I really hope J-Rab's doing okay with his knee. That's the one thing that maybe we'll have him on so he can talk about, what's going on. Or I'm sure he's going to be having some crazy moments, now that he's a free agent. So he's going to be on the phone pretty heavily, I'm sure. But we'll try to get him in here or get some insight for the next season on what's going on with him as well.
Definitely should.
Yep. And then what about you for 2024? I know you always have unique projects that you're cooking up. Is there anything fun? Yeah. What do you got going on?
Yeah. Let's rip it. So the biggest thing right now, I just dropped a Fueled by Fire, titanium Fueled by Fire project LV2. So people want some spicy little fires. There's only 7 of them made. You can head over to my website, thomastrolltaylor.com. And then, that's like the biggest one. Project they've been asking to do some stuff for a while, so we ripped one, threw it back there. But I got some other stuff I can't talk about. That's going to be pretty cool. When it drops, it drops. But I think it's going to be a fun year. I'm actually really excited. As in dropping products. I've sold 500 Infamous jerseys. So I think people have enough of those. So I'm going to have some New Yorker jerseys. So be able to spice it up, change it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm working on dropping some new things. We're trying to go to all the WCPPLs this year, have a Thomas Taylor booth down there, hang out, sell some stuff. I want to coach my kids. They're going to be down there playing. I got a couple other teams coming down. They're going to coach. So, I'll be spending some time in SoCal down there hanging out. And, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff going on this year. I just, me stepping back too, and I'm focusing on a job that's outside of paintball is going to allow me to focus on more of the things that I want to do, more projects. I'm excited. I want to drop a bunch of new stuff. I like making stuff. I like bringing limited edition stuff to the community, and just the outpouring of support has been really cool. So, but speaking of, shout out to companies like Sandana just dropped a Troll Venomware headband, and Hormesis that works with me. Infamous, all the stuff they've done, Push limited edition goggles. I got a lot of companies that have just done some stuff with me. But this year, new sponsors. There's a lot of possibilities. Like some stuff I'm talking about, but just think about it. There's the possibility. There's some new doors open, boys.
Let's go, Thomas. And it all goes to your amazing family as well, which is the most beautiful thing. And they've supported you your whole journey through this paintball career. And I know that there are some Discord questions as well that we want to dive into. And I think one of them kind of alluded to something like that. But March, if you have the questions up, we'll start getting into those.
Yeah. TT, what was your biggest motivation? This is from Breathe. Shout out to Kyle Breathe. What was your biggest motivation to make the move to NYX?
Honestly, really the biggest motivation is I needed something that fit my schedule and my time. And that is literally what started this ball. If we weren't doing the 10-day thing, I don't even know that I would have been talking to Rich about, hey man, what should I do? I got some coaching offers. I got this offers. I got that offers. I want to focus on my kids, asking them life questions without, if we would have gone to 2 weekends and the team would have gone to 2 weekends, I'm not sure the ball would have even started rolling. Right. So, I want to preface that, that is what got the ball rolling. But specifically NYX, Rich being there as the number one, and then just looking at if I'm going to go play for another team, right? Once that thought comes into my mind, I wanted a couple boxes I wanted to check off. A hungry upcoming team or a team knocking on the door that can win a championship. So I got a lot of years left and I want to take some more trophies home. Right. So, NYX checks that box. A solid organization. NYX checks that box. And honestly, I wanted to be someone that shoots, plunges, and clips guns. And that checks that box. So I mean, they checked all the boxes of what I need, or what I would like to do. And, you know, I feel like after, you know, 22 years in here, I can be a little bit picky about where I want to play paintball. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Awesome.
You've earned it, baby. All right. We got, Mark Paris. Thomas, will we still see you heavily involved with youth paintball? And Thomas, thank you for everything that you do for the up and coming generations. I got to say, is anything changing on the infamous kids front? That one's from Mark.
Yeah, no, I mean, outside of me playing paintball, like really my priority right now is youth paintball. I mean, I'm running youth leagues. I'm bringing up youth kids. I've got, you know, young guns from 50 cal, bringing other ones. You know, obviously you saw what I've been able to do with an infamous kids program. And these are just homegrown kids. This isn't team all-stars. This is nothing, you know, being able to take down every all-star team there is back-to-back years, you know, taking home those trophies. You know, so I really love teaching kids. I love like that whole thing, you know, Marcelo and I was talking about it. He's very passionate about it too, which is very, very cool. You know, so, you know, I'm hoping I can assist him from the outside, let him call the calls, but, you know, do his thing when it comes to, you know, the Team USA kids. But like, yeah, I love it. It is where we need to be putting our passion, guys. So yes, as far as I'm concerned, you know, no matter what I do, even though I'm stepping back from a paintball job, I still plan on doing and helping and running and promoting. You know, I've already been talking to the owner about, hey, let's do this kid's day, let's do that kid's day, let's do a lot of stuff, because they are the future. And honestly, you know, as much as it's fun doing clinics and teaching adults, kids are limitless. They're truly limitless. You know, like you just need to speak truth to them and let them believe in themselves, and they literally can do anything, right? So, yeah, I mean, it is truly awesome to see what kids can do. And honestly, I love just working with kids that like, they don't know they got it yet, right? They're just, hey, what's a paintball gun? Let me show you. You know, like let's show you how to do it. And you know, it's amazing what they can do in a very short period of time. I mean, they're way quicker learners than we are, boys.
Yeah, they're so good. Shout out to the infamous kids. They've been dominating, and it's really cool to see such success coming out of the Northwest out there.
100%.
Thank you.
All right, this next one is from Pate Smith. This is a great question. He says, Thomas.
Ooh, I love Pate.
Yeah, Pate's the man. First, I've always had extreme respect for you with how you handle your family and role as a dad. I've admired that for years. With as many kids as you guys have had in some trying times throughout the years, what have you and Tiff implemented to have a healthy and successful marriage? I appreciate you.
Wow. Love it. Hey, that is a loaded question. I know we don't have a time for me to fully answer that because that's a whole new podcast. But it you know, it starts with faith, right? Faith. Just having a good foundation in God and knowing that no matter how much crazy is thrown at us, that there's hope, there is security, and there's things outside of this world that truly make a difference. You know, I mean, you know, we can start over the last 5 years, our town burning off the face of the earth. I mean, having to get a new job, Tiff dealing with that breast disease for like a year and a half. And just thing after thing, the last 5 years have been the wildest thing in the world. Like I said, we can get into that in a whole nother podcast because it is a long story, but what this family's gone through, what we've dealt with, sicknesses and injuries and having to uproot and lose everything and start over. We just stay grounded, just stay in the word and stay and just truly just speaking and living out love, right? It's just one thing to say, but you have to truly live it out, right? Living out a life of just love. And, you know, it's thank the good Lord, right? Without him, there's no way we would have got through this. You know, most people, you know, in our situation, you know, would melt down, you know, and it's unfortunate because they just don't have a good grounding. And even people with good groundings melt down with what we've dealt with the last 5 years. So, just, you know, all glory to God in that situation, but we just try to speak truth and love, man. That's truly it.
Yeah. And you guys know each other so well. So you're able to just navigate effectively together. And it's, you know, Tiffany's brother, Eddie Tomeo, is one of my best friends from growing up and also played paintball. And it's crazy how, you know, both of our families and all of this community, we all come together to support each other as well. And it's just a really amazing community that we're a part of that has our backs as well from inside the net, outside the net. And you have the greatest support from so many areas in that regard of family.
Amen. Amen.
All right, we got Shadow, the Black Goat. He's wondering, Thomas, what is your favorite tinfoil hat topic?
Oh, I got so many good ones.
Yeah, there are a lot of good ones these days, man.
Yeah. You know, one I keep digging into lately because so many people are so passionate about it is the flat Earth thing. Have you guys read into that? Man, people are really dug into that.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of things going on out there. Like sometimes I find myself just reading and listening so much. It's like, wow, people put a lot of thought into this. You know, so that's a very intriguing one because it's people are pretty passionate about it. So
and you get people that like sound incredibly intelligent, putting together what appears to be well done videos with factual information, but there's actually like almost all of it gets debunked. But like when you're watching the videos, so this is a funny story. A couple of years ago, I went down this rabbit hole, like probably it was before COVID. It was like 2018 or 19. And I remember one of my best friends of all time, Gino, Tyler, you know Gino, been best friends since 5th grade. He's the chillest dude ever. We've never fought, literally never once had other than this time, never fought. Like he's just chill, you know, just chill. And we went out one night, we had some drinks, we get back to my place, and he starts talking about the earth being flat. And I'm like, what? And I hadn't really heard about this yet, you know? And I'm like, bro, it is not flat. I don't, you know, like you're tripping. And then he's like, you're a shill, like you're believing, and it's this bigger thing to him because he's like all in on this. And I'm like, we get in a full-blown argument about it to the point to where he leaves my house 2 a.m., calls an Uber, goes home. And I'm sitting there like, I'm like, what the hell? Like, my friend is pretty bright. What happened? So I decide to dive down the rabbit hole. I'm like, what is he seeing? And I'm listening to this stuff and I'm like, oh my God, the earth is flat. You know, like, it's like, so I'm like, oh my God, the earth is flat. You know, like that's what's happening. But then I'm like, again, through rigorous research, I'm like, okay, it's not flat, but it could be flat, but no, it can't be flat. And I had like a 6-month period where I toyed with the idea, but I certainly am not on the ball and train that it's that the earth is flat today, you know. But I'm like,
but it's a very compelling argument. I mean, I'm just saying, you can get in there like, wow, these guys are really dropping the heat here.
Yeah, they are. If you don't understand well, here's actually my biggest thing. My biggest thing is I don't believe a large group of humans like that in different nations and different countries could keep that a secret and would be working together in that capacity. That's what I don't believe in. I just don't. I think humans don't work that way. They don't operate that way. And scientists, independent scientists, they don't operate that way. They're truly trying to prove things over and over and over. And it just wouldn't, in my opinion, it just wouldn't be something we'd be able to keep as this large secret for this long. It's hard. I just don't.
You think it would actually get out, right? You know, you would think so, but okay, here's a real tinfoil hat thing. We don't really know what's real anymore because the internet is truly controlled, right? The internet is truly controlled. Let's really get on it, right? The internet is truly like we're told what we want to be, right? Like wherever where they want us to believe, we believe. So what. That's the real tinfoil hat one, but the flat earth one was kind of funny because someone else was telling me the same thing. So I did the same thing as you. I was like, I could see how you could really get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, me too. Me too. There's this like English accent bloke who's like a PhD explaining things in a very exquisite way, and I'm like, oh my God, he's right. The earth is flat. But then I'm like, you actually research, and there's like really easy rebuttals to all of the things they're like, you know, here's the smoking gun, you know, and it's like, oh, well, no, it's actually not, you know, this was misleading how they represented this facts. And again, it's been, it's funny that it's resurfaced, but it's been like 4 or 5 years since I went down that rabbit hole, you know, like 4 years. So I kind of forget all the details, but I remember like being like, okay, the earth might be flat. Oh my God, I think the earth is flat. I get it. And then I finally came back to the earth isn't flat, but it's unbelievable that you have this compelling of evidence in quotation marks on the internet, where it's like the one thing they did where if you go out a certain distance on the ocean, you shouldn't be able to with binoculars see the pole because of the curvature of the earth, you know. And it was like, the Earth is flat, so we can still see it, and at that distance, based on the curvature, you shouldn't be able to. But the Earth isn't a perfect circle. You know, it's like kind of an average. So in certain areas, it would be flatter for longer distances, and that, you know, it's not a perfect circle. So
wait, it's not a perfect circle.
It's not a perfect circle. Yeah, it's more like a potato.
Dude, that's what it looks like on everything I look. It looks like a perfect circle.
It's more like a potato. Yeah, but it's these things that I was like, I'm listening, and I remember I was playing it in Australia during the time, and I was playing at the Super Sevens, and I got one of my buddies. Shout out to Chris Austin. Love that dude. Was a phenomenal.
You're down there flushing the toilet, making sure the water goes the right direction, right?
Yeah, that 100%. Yeah, big myth. But you know, I got him because we were roommates. And so I'm like, bro, the Earth is flat. Look at this. And we just dove in, and we're like, dude, the Earth is flat. It was crazy, you know, but I'm like, God, the Earth is not flat, you know.
Wouldn't that be a surprise when you go to blast off to the moon to do a podcast and you look back?
There's a pancake.
You're like, what is that?
It's a pancake.
What's that nickel down there? That's the Earth. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, I guess we'll never know until we get on that ship, man. Never know.
Amen. You know, the good Lord's going to explain it to us all someday. Until then, ride you around flat Earth and live it.
Yeah, just enjoy yourself out there. Everybody, you know, call your loved ones, tell them you love them, and you know, just enjoy the fact that we are able to, you know, go play paintball, that we have, you know, beautiful family, that we have food and shelter and all these amazing things, because there's a lot of people out there right now, this very moment, that don't have any of those things. So we just got to remember to stay grateful and keep on trucking, keep on, you know, helping cultivate a good fabric of sports. We're so blessed to be in this sport, in paintball. So let's just keep making this somewhere where a lot of people want to be, and, you know, keep enjoying the paintball ride. It's an amazing one.
Amen.
We're super lucky. All right, we got some more Discord here. Papa Sosh is saying he's calling Matty Marshall. They're getting Carl Markowski back. You know, Thomas, now that the old school excessive ballers are back together, they're wondering, how do you get Matty Marshall, you know, back on the field with you guys? You guys going to have an OG kickoff?
I'm thinking it's got to be 7 or 10 man, because he's going to want 2 beers to 1 pod. So.
Yeah, Matty, let's go, baby.
But I'm in. Let's ride.
That one was from Hoosier, and they're all having fun in the Discord, you know, reminiscing about the good old days of all you guys all together. You've been in the game.
100%.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking back here. I think we covered, there's a few more questions, but we had already covered it. Thomas, I love it, man. What are you looking forward to most in 2024? And do you think there's a realistic chance of NYX winning an event?
Absolutely. I think there's a chance they can win an event. They were very, very close last year. It's that coming of that overcoming that Sunday hump, right? You know, it's just it's that tiny thing, right? It's that spark of confidence, you know, that crucial move or not move in those timings. So they're right there, man. I'm just hoping I can just speak that into them and be that little tiny change agent. You know, there's not much needs to be changed there. If anything, just maybe a tiny little bit different mentality in certain situations, and a spark of confidence, I think. So yes. I'm expecting some hardware this year. Absolutely. And 2024, I'm looking forward to just doing more stuff with my boy, more stuff with the kids, you know, like I said, traveling WCs, playing a lot of paintball, you know, and I'm looking forward to another year of just doing what I love, which is this, you know, and getting to hang out with all you guys and play against the best of the world. That just keeps driving me to just you know, be a better me every year, man. You know, so I'm looking forward to it.
And PTG, we're going to try to make it to at least one of the Dub Cs, and then also one of the US XPL. So we're going to try to have a presence out there, and we look forward to seeing everybody as well. And can't wait to see the Thomas Taylor fam out there, you know, just having fun and enjoying the game.
Yeah, brother.
Word.
Hell yeah, Thomas. Thank you, my man. Always welcome here.
Hey. Yes, thanks for having me. Love you guys.
Love you too, T. We'll see you soon.
God bless.
Peace.
Peace.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. As always, if you would like to support, please head over to ptgpaintball.com. Click the orange Patreon link in the top corner. And if you would like to support, just sign up at any level and you'll get access to the Discord. It's an amazing way to get integrated with the community, ask guest questions, become part of the show, and become part of the amazing PTG community. We can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much, PTG fam, for always asking the greatest questions. You make our guests have a great time, and you make the show so much better. We appreciate you guys tremendously. And as always, we will see you very soon.